Hey guys, this is Homestead Dad again. Subscriber Brian Philbrook, I hope I'm saying that right, had asked about our animal housing. So I figured in this video I'd show you what we do for chickens. This winter, my dad, myself, and a couple friends built the walls for the chicken coop I'm about to show you in the barn, and then when it got warm enough, we moved it out here and put it together. We also built the base in sections and moved it out. So this is the chicken coop. It's 12 foot by 8 foot. I wanted to make it really simple, so I just used a simple shed roof with steel roofing from Menards. I had gotten the door off of Craigslist. It's got a window in it. I added in a little bit of light. I think I bought the door for a couple dollars, but let's go inside and I'll show you. So that nest box I had made for me actually a long time ago, before we even moved out here, because we're going to use it at my brother-in-law's house. But the chickens don't want to use it. So I think I'm going to take that down and build some nest boxes into the wall that can be accessed from outside. Still got to figure out how I want to do that yet. But so I've just got some screws up in the joists there to hang the feeder in the water, which my son needs to fill today. He's got another bucket of water in here. I have added an electrical box here, an outlet, so I can plug in the heated water bucket for them in the winter. Let me go outside quick and show you. So all I did for that was wire up an electrical box and put a pigtail on it with an extension cord. So I can just run an extension cord out here. We don't have power run out here, but that's the next best thing. So, and then we've got some roosts, and then right now we've got some nest buckets. You can see there's a little egg in there. And I just use I think they're icing buckets from the grocery store, and you can make nest boxes out of them. And they like to lay over in that corner too. And then there's this window here. The white balance is probably not going to let you see. So there's enough light in here that it works. This is our big coop where all of our chickens are. And you can see we're in the process of building this area right here into a run for them, so that if we were to go away for a few days and nobody could watch them, we're going to cut a door out in the corner over there, and then they'll have this whole area to run around in outside. As it is now, we just let them out first thing in the morning and close them up at night, so they've got free run of the whole place. So let me go show you a couple of the other things that we have for the chickens. This coop right here I actually had built for us when we first moved out here. And it's about, I think, 4 feet wide and 12 feet long. You can see we haven't used it this year. I closed it up because I didn't want them laying in there. But it's got, I think it's 4 foot by 4 foot coop area. And let me see, here, I'll show you the nest boxes first. So the gentleman who built it for me built nest boxes off the side here. Hold on, let me set up the tripod. So he built nest boxes onto the side here. Had a vent up here for ventilation, and then he did the same thing that I did on the big coop and added an electrical box inside with a pigtail on it. I'll show you that when we open the inside. So this is the side access door. You want to open it? Yeah. So you can see, let's see, there's a plate right there. It's a heated water warmer. You just set the water on that. And then the electrical box is right there. And then their roosts are right up there. And if you can see this board right here, I added because I didn't want them pooping in their water. So I added that up there so that when they were roosting up there, they didn't poop in their water. And over here, you see, that's just shelf liner paper. It's like a vinyl, and all I did was cut it into strips so that when that door was open, the wind couldn't blow straight through there. So And then there's the two, let me see if I back this back out, the two roost bars, one over there and one over there. So we had, at most, in that coop, I think we had 8 chickens. Maybe it was 10, but 10 was pushing it. But again, they had the whole run of the place when they were awake. They were just put in there at night. So it worked out, but obviously when we got more chickens, we needed a bigger place. And now I want to move this coop because it's kind of right in the middle of the yard. I don't know if you guys can see. It's kind of like right in the middle of the side yard here. So I need to try to get that moved. So this is where my son's white leghorns are right now. And I believe it is 6 by 8, 8 by 10. I don't remember. But what we do is we move it around just like you've seen a lot of people for pastured meat birds. They're only going to be out here for a short time more. They need to go in the big coop, but he just hasn't transitioned them over there yet. So yeah, we use tarps, and they've got a little windbreak over in the corner. So this one works. And this is another pen that we built. I want to say it's 3 by 12. You can see it's got a removable top here. It just slides on and off. All it does, if I do it with 2 hands, it just slides off like that. You can easily access it. You can maybe see that hook right there that we used to hang a water. I used the metal roofing on this. It's easier. I like it better. It's a little bit more durable. You can see like the wood piece on there. It's just kind of a piece of scrap wood. I've got a stack of 4x4 pieces of plywood over there. So when that goes bad, I just grab another one. But this one works. Right now, we use this as a medical pen. One of the birds, early in the summer, when one of the hens got attacked by a coyote, she was pretty cut up in the back. So we put her in here just to make sure the other birds wouldn't, peck at her. And she healed up nicely, and then we put her back in with the rest of the birds. This type of penning, too, with the chicken wire on the outside, when you're introducing birds together, it allows them to kind of get to know each other without fighting. So when these leghorns go in with the rest of the birds, they'll have already been acclimated to each other. So the next pen was actually the brooder that we used for all the chickens. It's right here. I just used OSB. It's 2 feet by 8 feet. And I could separate it into certain sizes. You can see all the elastics I put to hold feeders and waterers. And then when we were done with it in the barn, I brought it outside. And you can see I've used this milk jug. And I can just put the nipple waters on the bottom. It makes it pretty easy. You just have to poke a couple holes in the top so that it vents. This next one is just another mobile coop. I believe it's 8 foot by 8 foot. And again, I use the steel roofing. This one is great. It's really heavy duty. It's, you can see I use the cement board for the sides, so it's really heavy. It's not as easy to move around. A lot of times I'll bring out with a 2-wheel hand truck and move it around. So, but it works well. And then we can move these around as needed. We can separate birds if we need to. I think next year I may use this pen or this pen and do a couple batches of meat birds. Well, that's what we have for chicken housing. We have the big coop, the other coop we're not using, and then these 4 pens over here that are kind of temporary. But they work for us. Gotta have a space in the yard to put all these big ones. But if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. I'd be happy to answer anything that I can. And thanks again for visiting. If you like this video or any of the other videos that you've seen, please consider subscribing, liking, or commenting. It really helps out the channel, and I really appreciate it. Thanks so much. See you guys next time. Homestead boy number 3 is ready for the Lions game.